Bitcoin getting ready to open up a new weekly candle at a very critical level as the week begins. Avalanche, a new altcoin on my radar, and the upside might surprise you. What is up, everyone? Welcome to Crypto Capital Venture. Thank you for cruising by. Hit the subscribe if you're not a subscriber. That like button means a lot to me. Let's jump into the video. Let's start with Bitcoin, and this is zoomed out on the weekly. Before we talk about the critical level, there's just one important thing I want to just track. I want to remind ourselves of. If you look at this weekly chart, the important area is this kind of green line. This green line on the RSI, the slower moving momentum oscillator. Remember before Bitcoin tanked into the bear market low of 2018. It was consolidating all along this line. Similarly, it was a consolidation area before a lower high, before that COVID swing low, right, of capitulation. Both times, that low, as well as this low, Bitcoin oversold on that RSI. Here's what's important. Bitcoin is below that RSI line right now. What's even more important, and the context that we have to pay attention to, is if we kind of go over here and we take a horizontal line, I want to go over to the COVID swing low and put a line there. And I also want to put a line at the bear market low of 2018 and put a line there. That entire area on Bitcoin is the potential dip area, I believe, where if Bitcoin's not going to make it out of the woods just yet, and Bitcoin's going to see another leg down, that's the area I see this RSI dipping into. Bitcoin, in my view, has already entered accumulation area, and there are a ton of people accumulating Bitcoin right now. That's important, but that capitulation area for Bitcoin, I truly think, would take place on this RSI chart in this general area between these two red lines. Historically, that is an area of bottoming out for Bitcoin, and you can even zoom out on the charts to 2015, all the way back here, a similar area. The opportunity is prime, and there's going to be a lot of fear, as there were in these periods of time in the past. So that's number one. I think important to note that there is a possibility for a leg down for Bitcoin. Talking about the weekly chart, this new weekly candle. First off, we have a green weekly candle that looks like it's about to close in around 4 hours as I do the video. But maybe most importantly is the line that Bitcoin is trading at around the 786 line. Let's dig into that on the daily chart. On the daily chart, this is what it looks like. We open up this daily, we chart this Fibonacci from a swing low back here in July to the swing high all-time high. This was back in November. And Bitcoin has truly consolidated to an important higher low area on these charts, and that is the 618 area around 44,000 to the 786 area around 38,000. Now Bitcoin didn't see the support at the channel. We want to see support, consolidation, and a bounce up. We haven't seen that exactly. Bitcoin actually has fallen below the 786, and as we're getting ready to enter this new weekly candle on this daily chart, Bitcoin grappling with that 786 area. This is an area of resistance, and we want to see Bitcoin get back into, on this daily chart, the Fibonacci, get back above the 20-day moving average right here, slightly above the 786 line of the Fibonacci, and then also confluent with the 618 line is the 50-day moving average. So Bitcoin contesting with a lot of resistance right now on this daily chart. We want to see it get above all of those areas right now, and it's interesting to see. At first glance on the weekly, it looks good, but at second glance, if you dig deeper into the daily chart, it's like, all right, Bitcoin's kind of seeing some resistance here, and it's a challenging hurdle. However, it could be a very nice bullish confirmation if Bitcoin can get back into this Fibonacci and start climbing above these moving averages. It could be the higher low that we want to see from this previous low all the way back here in July. So we have this swing low. Remember, this was a macro 1618 line that Bitcoin fell to, bouncing to the upside, and then boom, back to the downside. If we can get back in here, could be a nice higher low for Bitcoin to continue to the upside. I know a lot of people are tracking what's going on in traditional markets and everything going on in the political spectrum and things that Biden is doing or getting ready to do. And I think about that and I think, man, what if what if actually it's not as bad as people think it's going to be? What if there's not some crazy ban and it's just some simple regulation that isn't as much of a threat to crypto? I really think Bitcoin and cryptos in general could take off from that starting point, and the starting point would be more of a positive spin on regulations, but also that would be confluent with the charts, and this is the oversold area on the charts that Bitcoin and other cryptos have found themselves in. So if things start turning around, Bitcoin and crypto markets in general are primed to begin pumping once again. So that's something that we keep an eye on. We're always prepared for downside. Remember, we talked about the capitulation for Bitcoin potentially all the way down to the 200 moving average. So be prepared for that $20,000 range. It's a moving average that Bitcoin also revisited at the COVID swing low that we talked about on the weekly, as well as the bear market low that we just talked about on the weekly. And then also, if we go all the way back here, and I'm going to go all the way back to 2015, it's an area that Bitcoin also was bouncing off of all the way back there, 2015. So all those areas important to watch for Bitcoin. We'll continue to track it as this new weekly candle opens, and we'll see if on this daily chart, Bitcoin can get into this Fibonacci and start seeing support above those moving averages. Let's pivot over to Avalanche. I haven't done really much coverage at all. I think I've tweeted about it. This might be my first Avalanche video. I want to talk about the technical analysis aspect. Many of you out there, you know I'm extremely long on Cardano and the altcoins in Cardano. It is my power play. It really is. However, I think it's important to step outside of just Bitcoin, step outside of Cardano and look at what else is going on in the crypto ecosystem. What other opportunities are there? What altcoins are there? Avalanche seems like a clean crypto, an open source platform, building with smart contracts. The DeFi era has arrived for them as well and is kind of growing very quickly. And it's a great platform for enterprise blockchain deployments as well. So this is Avalanche. They have a nice following. Seems like they have a great community. And I want to just point out right now, number 12 on market cap. So market cap around 16 billion, just over 16 billion, around 16.5 billion on market cap. This is what intrigues me on the charts in regards to AVAX. It's this. If you look, and let me get rid of this for a moment. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. You look at this chart and you just take a glance at it, and this is a July swing low. This is the November swing high. And then you go to a Bitcoin weekly chart, and let me kind of expand it so it's very similar. So here's Bitcoin on the weekly. Now, here's Bitcoin July swing low to swing high, right? This, for a price range perspective for Bitcoin, right around July 19th to the swing high, all-time high, around 135% gains. Go to the same weekly chart on AVAX. Let's get our price range. Let's go to, where's that July 19th week? There it is. To all-time high, swing high, 1,400% gains for Avalanche. Now, we can take this a step further and we can go back to December, end of December to that swing high, 2,000%, 2,100% swing high for Avalanche, and we can go to that same December area. Where's December? Beginning of December. Let's go to the end of December. We should. That's where we were for Avalanche, December 28th to swing high, 151%. So 2,100% for Avalanche, Bitcoin 151%. And then Bitcoin 135% most recently to that November swing high, and Avalanche 1,400% swing high. Now, I want to take that a step further and we can say, okay, from that swing high to swing low, Avalanche 63%, and now Bitcoin from the last swing high, all-time high to swing low, 52%. So this is crazy. So Avalanche outperformed Bitcoin like crazy in the moments of Bitcoin bullishness, outperformed like crazy, but to the downside, if we look at this, 63% versus 52%. So the volatility on AVAX wasn't even that bad comparative to Bitcoin, only like a 10% difference. We can go from this swing high back here to this swing low. I'm curious of this one. That's an 84% dip, right? We go back to Bitcoin and we're looking at a dip of 55%. That's a little more drastic, a little bit more volatile as altcoins are. But I think the risk reward here on Avalanche is huge. And what I like about it, and I have my low cap altcoins, as they're mainly on Cardano, right? I'm thinking about Charlie 3. I'm thinking about World Mobile, Cody. I'm thinking about these projects, Paribus, and outside of that ecosystem, putting aside the low cap, I like altcoins that are higher cap, they're more conservative, right? They're more conservative, they're less risky, but there's still a lot of upside. And this is like a perfect example of it. The way this performs versus Bitcoin is intriguing to me. And then if we go over to the daily chart, and actually let's stay on this weekly chart, and let me change it to a daily. We go here, we zoom out. I have these price points up here because I have around a $200 AVAX. That's the last swing high to swing low. If this ends up being a bullish reversal, that 1618 higher high area is a nice area I could see AVAX traveling to before some sort of consolidation. So if this uptrend continues and continues to a new all-time high swing high, that $200 area around a $50 billion market cap. So nice upside for AVAX to that area. And from where we are right now, that's around 200% gains, around a $50 billion market cap. And then if you can take that a step forward, or a step further, we can go to $400 AVAX, right? So around 500% gains. And we're looking at around, I believe, what would be around 100 billion. I did like $97 billion market cap, maybe around $100 billion market cap at those levels for AVAX. So really nice upside for AVAX comparative to what Bitcoin might do in that bullish environment. And most recently, even if we kind of clear this chart, because it's very messy at this point, most recently, the dip that it's seen has been pretty solid and consistent with Bitcoin's dip, and not as volatile as some others may have been. So I think AVAX is a really, really nice play if you're looking at other altcoins besides some of the top altcoins at the very least. I know there's a lot of people interested in a ton of lower cap altcoins. That's all good. I have my niche for those, and AVAX just looks like a nice play if you're looking at the stronger, higher cap altcoins. That's just something I wanted to mention in regards to those charts. Wanted to throw it out there. Let me know your thoughts, everybody. Do we have any Avalanche people out there? Hit that like button if you're holding Avalanche. Comment below, let me know. Let's see what Bitcoin does, altcoins in general do going into this new week. Have an awesome start to your week. God bless.